makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part.
If you follow US news, you will have noticed that over the past few weeks, if not months, the dominant story has been the bills that are part of Joe Biden's infrastructure and economic agenda. And these have basically gotten more attention than any other news topic, aside from perhaps Afghanistan, before and shortly after the withdrawal. Now, you would think that people who are covering US politics on a regular basis would have also covered this very important piece of news that on September 30th, a vote was going to be held on the House infrastructure bill, and in the end, that vote did not take place. It did not take place because the Progressive Caucus of the House of Representatives basically had threatened beforehand that they were not going to vote for that bill if a Senate reconciliation bill, which had all the other goodies, all the other infrastructure goodies like green investments and social funding, if that was not passed simultaneously. And that was basically a bill that was being held hostage by Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema. So the tactic, I think, was very good. It was basically to make it clear that progressives were no longer going to accept just a few slices of the pizza pie if they didn't get the whole pizza. So, yeah, that was big news. But guess who didn't cover it? Jimmy Dore. So let's look at Jimmy Dore's YouTube history. And during the period that you would have expected him to discuss progressives finally doing what he's been criticizing them all this time for not doing, which is basically, throwing their weight into achieving actual progressive policies, because the infrastructure bill on its own really wasn't very progressive. It was just basically money for dirty infrastructure, things like that. It needed that Senate bill to complement it and make it a truly progressive bill. Yeah, but he didn't cover it. We would have seen it somewhere around this time. Instead, we have an endless amount of anti-vax videos. Remember, Jimmy Dore is a soft anti-vaxxer. He will not openly say that he's against vaccines, but he will basically make all the videos possible for you to doubt them. Yeah, so NBA players refusing vaccines, CIA targeted assassinations, Russell Brand getting canceled. And his last video on AOC was her selling out with her vote on the Iron Dome program, which happened a week before the scheduled House vote on the infrastructure bill. So he hasn't covered any of it at all since. And why hasn't he covered it? Because obviously covering it would make him have to admit that progressives were doing something, which he has consistently argued that they are spineless, that they are nutless cowards, that they will never do anything of the sort. So I looked at his Twitter account, and around the same time, he also didn't mention anything. His only reference around this time to the infrastructure debate was this tweet, the retweet. He didn't make any comment, just a retweet of this guy. Basically, Marxism is the scientific study of history and development through the lens of political economy. Socialism is the intermediate stage between capitalism and communism. Everything happening with the spending plans in Congress are meager attempts to save neoliberal capitalism. Oh, how edgy. That's it. That's all he said. And look, I've said this before on this channel. Um, the easiest way in which the media can lie to you, and by media I mean everyone. I don't just mean the establishment media. I mean any fucking YouTuber as well. The easiest way in which a media can lie to you is by withholding information, by choosing very selectively what issues they cover and which ones they won't. And that way, you will get if you don't see, if you only follow Jimmy Dore and you've if you've watched his videos up to here, you will only get this impression of the squad and of other progressives, that they are corporate sellout, that they are running interference for the powers that be, whatever. But then if you don't hear anything from him about when they actually did something positive, your impression will not change. So this is deliberate. This is a lie. You don't have to lie by actually saying anything. You can easily lie by not saying something that needs to be said. And that's what Jimmy Dore is doing right there. So yeah, remember, the media can lie to you in many different ways. You can present factually incorrect information, which is what like Fox News loves to do. OAN, Newsmax, all these other clown sites, they love to do that. You can present factually correct information, but give very biased opinions, which is also what everyone does, including the liberal media. That's their specialty. Or you can do this, which is simply withholding information that would otherwise change your perception of things that he has already commented on. It would change your perception that he has given you about progressives. Because remember, in Jimmy Dore's world, he wants his followers to be true believers to his one cause and present himself as the most leftist. Everyone else is a closet right winger, is a CIA plant, is an establishment shill, whatever. He's the only true leftist in his view. And his followers are dumb enough to believe it. Dumb and desperate enough to believe it. Because one common denominator that I see in almost every Jimmy Dore fan is they are fucking desperate. And that is both sad, but it does not justify the kind of beliefs that they have. So, yeah, there you go. For someone who covers American politics, the way that he does, it is, this is not a, I was thinking of making this video a week before, but I realized, hey, I'm gonna give him some time. I don't expect him or any other YouTuber to, they're not professional news sites. I don't expect them to cover every bit of news, within a 24-hour period. I mean, I don't do that. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt for a while, but it's been 11 days since that vote, and he hasn't made any video about it. It's deliberate. So, on that note, if you like this video, please like, please share. Most importantly, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.